Day 25. We are at Arctic Oasis Community Center. This is on the Air Force side. And we just got done the ITT office. And that is so I kept calling it MWR. That's an Army term, I think. But anyway, that's exactly what we needed. We were able to get tickets for the trolley. Also got tickets for the glacier cruise out of Seward, and saved a good bit of money. So interestingly enough, the glacier cruise in Seward, so the next available was the next Wednesday, so 10 days from today. So I'm glad we did it now. Otherwise, I thought worst case I'll just go down there and get a ticket for tomorrow kind of thing, and that's not the case. So yeah, so we got that squared away. We are on the Air Force side today of the Joint Base, and man, what a view from the post here, or the base, Air Force base. So it's July 6th, Monday after the 4th. A lot of things are closed, but thankfully the ITT was open. So today Monday, we're going to the ULU Factory. Kind of messed that up. I guess the ULU Factory, I read something, it's a knife factory, but evidently it's more of a cooking tool than hunting knife kind of thing. So Picture's now excited and along for the ride, and gonna pay for a knife, I'm sure. All right, we were at the ULU Factory, and I'm sure they'll correct how we say that. And that's what it looks like. ULU. Evidently, this is the place to see them. Definitely interesting on the outside.
The blanks in, and the first thing that happens is they get placed on that drill bit in the back, and that will drill or bore a hole just as deep as the bowl itself will be, and it's directly in the center of the board. Then they get loaded into these machines that will then actually carve out the shape and bevel of the bowl. So they are essentially just being slowly carved out. When they are actually done having that bevel or bowl put into them, they get placed on the sanders, which will scrape off any splinters. That is just to ensure that it's ready to go. It doesn't have any weird pockets in it where bacteria could easily grow. And to also help with any odor that may happen if you were to just cut on a blank board using onions. That would kind of just stay in the bowl. The oil helps to make sure odors don't seep too deeply in. The next two windows are where we make our handles. We use two different kinds of wood. We'll then carve the shape into the board. It does not cut all the way through though. It leaves a bit of wood at the bottom just to make sure that they do not have anything happen to them. A lot of pressure is being put onto these boards, so if you were to cut all the way through, there's a chance the handles would crack or break, or worst case scenario, pop out and hit someone in the face. So we leave a little bit of wood at the bottom, and then when they are actually done being carved out, they get loaded onto that green machine in the back, which is our sander. That sands off the last little bit at the bottom. That's
another finish to the handle then too, or I've seen like some elaborate carving on there or anything. Is that all happening?
Not here specifically. This station, a very long time. It's kind of practice makes perfect.
So that's the only station that basically finishes the handle.
This is the entire station where people make them comfortable, easy, and soft to hold in your hand. This is the only place. When they're actually done being sanded though, they get finished by being soaked in food grade mineral oil. So they are finished and set just to make sure, just like the bowls, they are safe and ready to be used. It gets soaked overnight, not a full 24 hours, because we do not want it to be sopping with oil. We just want it to. We use male and female brass rivets, and we use either a 10 or 20 pound pressure press that essentially just squishes the rivets into themselves to where they're not going to randomly fall apart, pop out, or break. Each blade and handle is inspected. We say, does this have any surface scratches on it? Does this have a messed up design or anything? If so, it gets placed into our seconds. If they are still safe to use, if they are just cosmetically imperfect, they are put into our seconds, which is just our way of being like, hey, these are half price because they are less than perfect, but they are still safe to use. And then they get packaged, put up at the front for our seconds. This is Sharon. She's our lovely lady. This machine right here is our diamond etcher. You are able to, there is a price or a fee that you have to pay if you want something custom put on the blade handle. If you have a birthday or a celebratory anniversary, we can etch that onto your blade, and that takes about 5 to 15 minutes maximum. It's really fast. And that's done there. We only have 2 people, 1 person, I believe, 1 person, who are allowed to use the diamond engraver, because there's a lot of fancy machinery, and you need some licenses for that.
Okay.
We do have a separate machine that can carve designs into the handle, and it's located just on the other side. Okay. And then do you, so the blades, where do you make them? We make them here as well. They're just on this side.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the window on the other.
Right here is where, this is where we actually engrave the handles.
Okay.
This one takes 24 hours because it is a slower process, and it will just slowly carve in the words or the shapes or the animals, images that you want into the handle. There is another fee for that one, but
so
that
you
is
could
your
put like a
choice.
name, family name
Yes,
there
you could
or something.
put Happy Birthday Alice, or an anniversary for a wedding date, or if you're getting something custom for a family member, you could put their name on there. Those are all things that you can do. In Arizona. Then they press and kind of just essentially cookie cutter out the basic shape of the blade, and we get them, and they are called blanks. Everything that makes it a blade is done here. We bevel the edge on, and then we slowly sharpen and increase the grit that we're using to sharpen it up until it is the edge that we are looking for, that is our standard. Alaskan emus have been around for a very long time. The oldest piece we have here, in this case, is from 1000 BC, which makes it over 3,000 years old. Traditionally, they
Is that the one right behind you? Was that
right
oh
on the
up there?
pedestal.
Oh,
That is
wow.
the oldest. Traditionally, they have this shape because they were used as a multi-purpose tool. Traditionally, most of the diet of Native Alaskans was fish, caribou, moose, and seal. Sometimes root vegetables that would grow, but in the cold winters, not a lot of stuff wants to grow. So it was primarily meat-based. When you have that sort of diet, it is nice to be able to process it relatively quickly and use any byproducts from that meat. Usually, if it was a moose that they had caught, the hide would be used to make clothing, blankets, or random bits and ends that you need for life up in the Arctic. This blade is usually curved because when you have a deceased body of a moose, a caribou, a seal, pinching the skin upwards and then having that wide blade, you would slowly rock it back and forth. Excuse me, my allergies are off the charts today. Rocking back and forth would let you have a wider range of motion, and you'd be able to quickly clean the carcass. There are some animals in the tundra that are able to smell blood really, really well. Polar bears are able to smell blood at greater distances than great white sharks. So, you gotta be quick on the Arctic ice. Having that wide blade allowed for that swiftness because you had to make less cuts instead of just wide-ranging ones. They are also really nice because if you've ever seen someone tan hide or clean hide, it'll get spread out and stretched, and then that blade will get scraped down it,
for the
and that wide blade again allows for more to get done at once. That is why it has that traditionally curved shape. Nowadays, in more urban areas like Anchorage, it's used as a common cooking implement, but in more rural areas and villages, it is still used for its traditional purposes today. If you go out to villages farther up north, it is still used traditionally for cleaning carcasses, for gutting fish, that sort of thing. This can be used on almost everything. Meat, cheese, fish, fruits, vegetables, you name it, it can probably cut it. The only things we recommend not using it on are really fluffy, squishy, spongy things. Loaves of bread, layer cakes, because it's not serrated, so it would just push it instead of cutting it.
That's the oldest one right there. Quite a few. Lunch today, Moose's Tooth.
Yes.
Seems a popular place.
I'm gonna do.
It's a pizza place. You wouldn't know that from what Petra has.
So I went with. They have
The
a lunch
special.
special, and I went with one slice of pizza. It's called Into the Wild, so it has steak, reindeer sausage, mushrooms, and all that, and it comes with a salad. So that's what I'm doing.
I went with pizza.
Well, I had a slice of pizza.
All right. We're at the 907 Ale House. I know probably the last video was a seat at Moose Track.
Moose's Tooth.
Moose's Tooth. Now we're at the Ale House. We're not really eating yet. It's early, but it's all about commercial. It's all about USA. 13 minutes, we're kicking off. Well, we didn't win.
Another day.
Day 25.
Yes.
In the books.
In the books. Yes.
Good day. Weather might be the nicest we've had.
In a long time or ever.
It was 70 something degrees today.
Yeah.
So that was nice. We started the day with the moose sighting.
Yes. Right. I mean, we're brewing coffee this morning, and I look up, and there's this moose like walking right in front of us.
Yep.
So that was special.
Yep. So we started the video with the moose sighting.
Yeah.
That's 11 mooses
Mooses.
that we've seen. Then we went to the ULU
Knife Factory
in
Anchorage.
Yep. And Remus gave us a tour, did a very good job. Really appreciated that. Kind of explained how everything worked.
Yep.
So that was good. Thank you, Remus.
We got our tickets for the trolley tomorrow.
Yep.
And tickets for the
Glacier,
Kenya.
the glacier boat, 7.5 hour glacier ride.
Yes, in Seward.
Yep.
So when we get
And
there,
that-
we already have the tickets. And
They
it's
only
good that we
had
did.
a certain date, so they're like 10 days out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kinda-
So
good
if
to
you
know.
plan on doing something, a last minute thing, might not work out for you. So you might
Yep.
want to plan a little ahead.
Yeah, don't go in there thinking you'll get a ticket for tomorrow, because
It may or may not happen.
so that worked out. And then I think didn't work out was U.S. soccer team.
Yeah, they lost.
Yep, made a few mistakes.
That was a bummer.
I had my phone ready for them to call to ask for advice, but they didn't
Nobody.
call. Nobody called.
No. But we found a good spot to watch it. Sat at the bar there, had some snacks,
Yep,
drinks, and it worked out well.
it did work out well. There's a skeeter. He got through our defense system somehow.
So I think other than that, we're back at the campground, just chilling.
Yep.
So with the weather being nice, and if you ever been to Alaska or you lived in Alaska, you know the summer weather can do anything. You can start off with winter coat in the morning. Now I wore t-shirt all day today. Just now I put in my sweatshirt and my little vest. But I mean, I didn't know what to expect, so I packed like warm stuff. But we thought about layers, and you definitely have to be ready when you get here that you're taking layers off and putting them back on all in the same day. So
And this is the first week of July.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
God, I
leave
think
it
I got
alone.
No. Anyway, so tomorrow's a new day, pretty light day. Just going to do the trolley, I think, and see if it
Yeah.
shows anything that we think, oh, we'd like to go back here and see that.
Yeah.
And
we might find some other stuff as we walk around or something, but I mean, we're just trying to keep it simple here in Anchorage, so
yeah, Anchorage is unique.
it's different.
Yeah.
So hopefully we find out a little bit more about Anchorage tomorrow during the trolley tour and can report back, or we'll take you along so you can check it out. But yeah.
If you like what you see, appreciate a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody, be safe.
Yep.